Good morning, tubers. Welcome back for another adventure. What we have here is a 2005 Kodiak 400. And as you can see, it is quite wrecked. Whenever anybody considers buying something like this, remember, what condition was it in before it was wrecked? Then it got wrecked, and you can obviously see the damage to it. And then the next thing to consider is what kind of condition did it suffer, or what did it suffer from being in storage? Did people steal parts from it? Did it get weather into the engine? Anything like that. I already pulled the battery out and determined that it is quite dead. It wouldn't take a charge. I hit it with the pulsar, still wouldn't charge. So that's the first thing I got to do, is get a battery into it. But this thing also has a recoil. And the recoil is giving me breakfast cereal, nut and honey. So, quite honestly, I have no clue what condition this engine's in. And if this engine is out to lunch, I think the whole all-terrain vehicle will be out to lunch. So let's get this recoil off and see what its story is. Never a good sign when every one of these fights you on the way out. I've already hit him with PB Blaster and kind of, drove him in and drove him out again. And once again, everyone fighting me. That makes me wonder if this thing was all covered with snow. Recoil's off, and now kind of the moment of truth. Is this thing seized or not? So you want to get 2 full RPMs out of it. That way you get through all 4 strokes. Right. This is the 4-stroke, obviously. Well, that's good news. It feels okay. Now, about the recoil, the thing don't come out. It does look like some water got in here. It was probably buried in the snow. Not good for it. Let's hope nothing else bad has happened. You got to start thinking of little things like the transfer cases. Is there water in them? And the engine, right? Is the water in that when they sit buried? Before we put a battery to this thing, let's take a look at this recoil and see what's going on. I already cracked it loose with the ratchet. So this thing is just a little seized, it seems. Give it a little magic juice here. This might be easier than I thought, Every once in a while, you win one. I don't know if you guys have them, those days where everything you touch kind of goes poorly. And then you have those other days where things go quite well. Maybe we're having, yeah, look at that. That was easy enough. Anybody could fix a recoil. I'm going to clean up these recoil bolt holes a little bit. I was, to be honest with you, I was concerned that they were going to snap. The bolts are a little better quality. If they were the typical China stuff, I think they would have broke. So I'm going to go through the trouble. I'm going to chase him out. They're M6 1.0, right? I mean, for the, quite honestly, 5 minutes this is going to take, it could save me a lot of trouble in the future. You know, cleanliness is godliness when it comes to this. So the recoil is back on, and thing has plenty of compression. That's a good sign. I also checked the oil. It's settling in a little bit. It was low. I've already put a half a quart in, but I don't know, could you guys see that? So I think there's enough in it, it'll be okay. So what else do I need to do? I think I just need to, well, let's give the gas a sniff and see if it'll start on its own gas, or if we're going to have to hit this with starting fluid. Just quickly, the gas valve is on. I haven't touched this. So whatever's in there is now in there. I've been lucky where the valve is off and the gas is bad in the tank and it's clean in the carburetor. Right then it's just a matter of popping the hose off and running it on an auxiliary tank. So here we are. Oh, if you think that dust is bad, the smell is horrible. So my carburetor is cocained up. The best this thing is going to do is start on starting fluid till I pull the carburetor out. But normally when the gas looks that bad and the carb has been left turned on, a little bit of gas keeps weeping into the carb, and then it evaporates and makes more of that stuff, and then a little more seeps in and evaporates and makes more of that stuff. Normally the carburetors are shot. By the way, one of my subscribers said you could reset the odometer, and I did. So this thing has more than 172 miles on it. Jump pack is installed. Here's the key. Turn it on. We got a neutral light. That's a good sign. I guess, well, the choke is snapped. See if it goes round. Sounds pretty good even. All right, next it's starting fluid time. Water in the airbox is not a good thing. That's what kills these mostly when they sit in storage. But let's hit it with some starting fluid with some luck. It'll start. Hopefully when it starts it's not going to go flying off this thing, run me over on its way. Just in case there's any cockroaches in there. Let's see what it's going to do. Oh, I got no. It runs. I like that. That's a good thing. We're going to get to keep going on this. What's next for me is I actually have to get it off the truck and start taking it apart. So this is as good a place as any to stop. I'm not sure if that radiator spilled its guts. The fan does not turn, so that's dead at this point. It's got good potential. I have not found any reason not to fix this thing yet, especially given that I have the spare frame, right? The engine being alive is a huge plus. Without the engine, quite honestly, what are you going to do? Go track down a $500 or $1,000 engine to put on a $2,500 machine that needs $2,500 worth of work, right? So I'm happy with all that. Once again, I cannot see a reason not to go forward. Looks like I have the right frame. Steve checked it out for me. Looks like the engine runs. I put oil in it. I'm going to leave it on the truck for another day. I'll see if oil spills all over the ground. Right? Hopefully not. Hopefully the engine isn't cracked. But it does run. It actually runs pretty good, so we can't complain too much about that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment. I want to thank everybody who subscribed. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.